What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back again with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against Daniel, a person I battle off my Discord server. So if you guys are interested in a Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle and trade, a Discord chat room, and a place to hang out and find Wi-Fi battles and having a chance of battling me, definitely check out my Discord server. A link is in the description. And now before we get into the battle, if you guys are enjoying these daily Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles, please let me know by leaving a like on the video, as it is the best way to express your feelings of enjoyment towards my daily uploads. And yeah, now me and Daniel are having an underused tier battle today, as underused is a pretty fun tier indeed. Nice rotom-wash, Jirachi, and Nihilego, nice healthy additions, and Mega Altaria. I can respect that. And I'm using a pretty cool revised team of my simple meme strategy with, Choice Scarf Metagross that my admin for my Discord server made. A lot of cool movesets that I'll be featuring in this battle. I'm not going to spoil too much, we're just going to hop right into this battle. So turn 1, my opponent leads off with the UU Landorus, the Gliscor, as I decide to lead off with my Choice Scarf Metagross, the, Metagross. So PC goals, like I said, Rob out the Corn Cob, aka Jimmy, the admin on my server, gave me this moveset. He told me to use it, and so, I bred up a new Metagross and gave it a freaking Trick and Stealth Rocks. I gave it a Choice Scarf, and turn 1, we're able to trick a Choice Scarf to Gliscor and get rid of a Toxic Orb as he locks himself into Stealth Rocks. I'm like, wanna know what, Jimmy? You're actually a genius. You're literally a genius. So we're able to pretty much nullify Gliscor's effectiveness in the entirety of the game, because unless I accidentally trick it as Toxic Orb back, which I almost did here, because he brings in rotom-wash, and if I had just tricked him, the freaking Toxic Orb there, ooh, I would have been so good. I would have had some clean plays there, but instead, I just go for the balanced Stealth Rocks instead, because I wanted to play it safe. And now, I was so close to tricking again, but I figured my opponent might double switch, so I bring in Pick Me Up here, my Linoon, as my opponent just freaking goes for Will-O-Wisp. I'm like, bro, I could have just tricked you with the Toxic Orb, hello? But he's like, lol, I just burned you, Linoon, lol, because my opponent, he's new to my channel, so I'm like, oh, you're new to my channel, oh, okay. Gonna use this thing I use in like 8 of my videos and hope you haven't seen it before. So yeah, I bring in my Scarf Linoon, go for a Trick. You guys were expecting Belly Drum Linoon? Well, maybe not anymore because I've used this thing like 8 times, but hey, look, this is my favorite thing I've ever created, and apparently a lot of people feel the same way, so don't judge me and my Linoon. Anyway, so my opponent's gonna Volt Switch and bring in the Shots Fired, his Scizor, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to give this thing a free Sword Stance, and I kind of want to burn this thing with Scald because this thing is such a massive threat to my team. So I do decide here to, I think I double switch, I don't remember. So I do see that the Gliscor, the Scizor is Leftovers, which is pretty good. I know it's not Choice Banded, which means it's probably going to Sword Stance on my ass, and I am not ready. So I do decide to switch out because my Linoon isn't doing so good in this current state. So I decided to bring in my Alomomola, my Makeover, as the Scizor is actually going to go for the U-turn. Now this is amazing, let me tell you why. So ladies and gentlemen, my Alomomola is holding the eject button. Now what eject button does is that I'm able to bring in Magneton here, so you might be wondering, oh well, I trapped the Scizor, but it's just gonna switch out, right? But no. Eject button cancels U-turn and Volt Switch, so you're able to pivot into the thing with eject button and bring in your Trapper, and then they can't leave, which is absolutely amazing. I love that mechanic. I didn't know about it until Wamar told me, so shoutouts to him. I didn't even know about that, and I thought I knew about like all the mechanics in the game, but apparently I missed out on a few, and I'm sure there's more that I'm missing that easily could be taken advantage of if used in the right situation. So I'm able to Hidden Power Fire the Scizor for free. He didn't even like, I'm gonna U-turn out so I don't get trapped by this Magneton, and then he just gets trapped anyway. So that's lovely. I'm sure it's something that a lot of people know about already, and it's probably used on a lot of stall teams with like Dugtrio on there and OU. I can see it. But now, I'm going to switch up my Magnesis here, not trying to take an Earthquake, so I bring in my Alomomola, I love saying its name. It has a nickname called Makeover, but saying its actual name is so much fun. But yeah, Gliscor is going to go for the U-turn here, because he wants to get offensive momentum, and I guess locking himself into Earthquake is not the greatest play. So he's going to bring in his clean plays now as Rotom-Wash. Nice Volt Turn core, nice Brainless Volt Turn and underused. I can respect that. And he has freaking Scizor, Gliscor, Jirachi. Is this Wild Chase I'm facing? Like, seriously? But yeah, now my opponent's going to Volt Switch out of here and bring in Put Me NBL, the Nihilego or Nihai Lego, or however you pronounce this thing's name. I'm still unsure of how you pronounce this Pokemon's name, but it's okay. We're just going to stick with Nihilego for now, as I'm going to go for the Wish, and I'm pretty much like, okay, I can't really take a Sludge Bomb from this thing, so I'm hoping Magneton could take one attack from this thing, because I know Nihilego is really, really strong and probably going to give you Band of Borderline alongside Jirachi, hopefully. But my opponent just wanted to test him out in a fun, you know, underused Wi-Fi battle, and I can respect that. So Power Gem does like 80%, and I'm like, okay, that is not okay. That is not okay. You can't just do that. So thankfully, the Wish heals me back to full HP thanks to Alamomola's massive HP stat, and now my opponent's able to bring in the UU Landers once again, as I just decide to go for, I do believe I go for Flash Cannon here, because rotom-wash could switch in and just tank nothing, or Gliscor could switch in and then just make my Volt Switch stupid, and I don't know, it was kind of like 50-50 there once again. I just had to go for Flash Cannon, and we're able to do a lot of damage to the Gliscor, as now I'm not trying to stay in here and take an Earthquake, because my opponent could easily switch it up this time around. So just to play it safe, I bring in Alamomola here, as my opponent's just going to go for a U-turn once again. I mean, I guess I got to stay in there with the Flash Cannon again, but then he could have brought in rotom-wash, and then he would have just Volt Switch. That's the thing with Volt Turn, it's like, well, I guess you can predict him to go for it, but I mean, you don't gain anything, so it'll just bring in something else and get more momentum from it. So that's how Volt Turn is just super annoying to play against, but that's just one instance where it is. Sometimes you can just spam the moves and kill the entirety of their team. It just depends. I don't know, Volt Turn is quite an easy thing to use if you're new to the game and want something easy to use. I don't recommend using this team if you're new to the game though. Don't recommend. But yeah, I'm able to Toxic. Okay, I was kind of confused. I'm like, I brought in Altaria and then brought in Nihilego. I mean, like, I don't understand why I brought in Altaria. Maybe he thought, I don't know what he thought. He just didn't want to get poisoned or burned, so I brought in Nihilego. I'm just kind of confused. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to go for Hidden Power Fire on my expected Magneton or Metagross switch, and very nice play, as my opponent's going to destroy my poor Magneton, unfortunately, and he's going to get the Beast Boost and Special Attack. If it was Speed, it may have been an issue, but I think he might be Choice Specs, just looking at that damage from the initial Power Gem. I could be wrong, but I'm going to bring Gardevoir here and Trace's Beast Boost, because I just want my opponent to realize that staying in and allowing Gardevoir to get a free Beast Boost might not be the greatest idea for him. So my opponent is going to decide to switch on out of here and bring in the outplayed Easy, the freaking Jirachi, as I do decide to actually double switch, I do believe, because I'm not trying to give this Jirachi a free switch into Iron Head my Teenadet. So I'm able to bring in my Linoon, and thanks to the Will-O-Wisp, actually, Will-O-Wisp gives my Linoon the Quick Feet, because I do have the hidden ability on Linoon, and Quick Feet, you know, with the burden gives me 50% increased speed, kind of like having a Choice Scarf. So I'm pretty much like, I never lost my Choice Scarf, but I have leftovers recovery, which is pretty cool. And now I'm able to go for the Yellow Magic here, in case he was Scarf Jirachi. I just want to freaking paralyze this thing immediately, not trying to fuck with this Jirachi. And now my opponent is like, lol, you thought I was dealable set? No. He is freaking Z Happy Hour Jirachi. Jirachi looks very menacing with that look, and very well so, as he's just going to make it rain money. You can freaking add revenue on the max. And yeah, now it's a happy atmosphere. Happy atmosphere. I think I botched that thing. It's okay. Whatever. But yeah, now he's at +1 in all of his stats. So it's like, again, Ancient Power Boost. And I'm like, well, Jirachi's balanced, and now I have to deal with this thing. So I want to preserve my Linoon for obvious reasons, if you guys know about the Gardevoir. So gonna bring in Alamomola here, expecting Iron Head, as my opponent just goes for Zen Headbutt instead, which is fine, I suppose, as Zen Headbutt's gonna be able to 2-hit KO my Alamomola. Granted, and maybe it's like a min-max roll, but you know what? He's still able to outspeed me, but he's still able to outspeed me and knock me out with Zen Headbutt, because the Paralyzed Nerve is kind of hurting me here. So I think my max speed Metagross can outspeed this Jirachi and freaking 2-hit KO with the Earthquake potentially. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. He actually reveals that he's faster than me here. He does get paralyzed, thankfully, but I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. I'm like, it should be able to at least 2-hit KO this Jirachi, right? I mean, the Jirachi's not like max defense or anything, so it looks like a nice 2-hit KO. And I know I shouldn't be able to get O-code by Fire Punch, so I should be in the clear here. But no, my opponent is like, oh wait, I have other options. So he goes for Iron Head, does about 15%, gets the flinch hacks, lovely. I'm like, okay, he has the chance to get paralyzed, so it's not completely in his favor. He decides to go for Fire Punch here. Metagross lives on. I'm like, yes, but I get burned, and I'm like, I love Pokemon. So now I'm gonna Earthquake this Jirachi into oblivion, but I got burned, but so it lives, and I'm like, lovely. And I'm like, okay, if you get paralyzed here, I can actually kill you with Earthquake and not have to deal with this annoying set. But no, this Jirachi does not get paralyzed. Gonna get that Fire Punch off and knock out my Metagross, but I guess it's for the better, because it actually allows me to bring in Mega Sceptile for free and get a free Mega Evolution off to actually duel and just deal against that rotom-wash. The actual reason why I brought Mega Sceptile in this battle is because rotom-wash dropped down to underused. Is that sad? I just want to make sure that any of my opponents who decided to bring rotom-wash had the least amount of fun humanly possible. So now I'm going to Mega Evolve with my Sceptile, and I'm hoping that Mega Sceptile with, its Mega form, Giga Drain, should be able to knock out the Jirachi, as thankfully the Jirachi just goes down. So outplayed easy, finally gets knocked out, and that monster is dead. So that's two things that beat my Gardevoir dead. And he still has Nihilego though, and Nihilego hits extremely hard, so that thing is such a huge threat to my team. My opponent brings in Emperor ZNB instead, and I can't really touch Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria actually dicks on Mega Sceptile, like completely, like just puts its big ass wiener in Mega Sceptile's booty hole. So I'm gonna switch out here and bring in my pick-me-up, hoping that he goes for Dragon Dance, because if he Mega Evolves and goes for Dragon Dance, he might think that he outspeeds my Linoon, but I do have the Quick Feet with Flame Orb, so I should be able to outpace him, which is really cool. I also have Facade on the set because I transferred this thing into Pokebank and then brought it back because I don't have a second DS, so I kind of screwed that up because I wanted to transfer it, whatever, it's okay, to my other game, and then it didn't work because then it reset its happiness, and I was like, no, and then it was... I get Facade instead. So, I mean, the fact he got burned is actually pretty helpful in this game. But yeah, he's going to Roost instead of going for Dragon Dance, which is completely fine with me. I've already revealed Thunder Wave, so I'm expecting my opponent to not want to stay in here because Altaria can win in the game at this point. I have no more Steel types on my team, so Altaria is definitely his win con. So he's going to want to save it, not let it get Thunder Waved. He's going to bring in his UU Landers, and I'm hoping it dies from Stealth Rocks instead, but it just lives at like a smidgen of HP. Speaking of Emperor ZNB or NBZ, I'm going to go for Facade here, reveal that I have it, and just knock out the UU Landers. I mean, that's definitely UU Landers, because I swear to God, I've seen Gliscor in like every single Under tier battle I've played against. No Subtoxic Gliscor though, thankfully. I did not have to face against that nightmare, but facing against Gliscor in general, still pretty obnoxious. But now, my opponent's going to bring clean plays, and I'm just going to sack off my Linoon here because he can't Volt Switch, because if he Volt Switches, he potentially gives my Sceptile Lightning Rod, and I think my opponent is smart enough to not do that, so thankfully, he just goes for Hydro Pump and knocks out my Linoon, as I'm able to go for Simple Beam. Now, that's a move that you guys have probably never seen before in singles format, for good reason though, but I'm able to bring a Linoon, I'm able to bring Gardevoir, God bless, and trace the Simple ability, which doubles your stat changes. If you guys don't know about this by now, you're in for a treat. So Hydro Pump, he's locked into Hydro Pump thanks to that Choice Scarf. Not that Will-O-Wisp really would have saved him, but yeah, I'm gonna go for Calm Mind with my Caseytron, get +2 in my special attack and special defense, and rotom-wash really can't touch me, but at the same time, he can't really switch into this Gardevoir, so he's kind of forced to stack off the rotom-wash and continuously Hydro Pump me. So I'm just going to go for Calm Mind again, get +2, and I'm looking like I could just take this Hydro Pump like a snack, but just in case I get critical hit, I'm going to go for the Endure, because I know Nihilego can easily outspeed me after this rotom-wash dies, but of course I have countermeasure to that. I do have the Slack Fairy to give me +2 speed. Now I have like +4 special attack, +4 special defense, and +2 speed. Why do I go for Calm Mind again? I think that was a misclick. This battle happened at around like
12 o'clock midnight,
so I barely remember it, but I went for Calm Mind on accident there because I could have gotten crit by Hydro Pump, but the game does not let that happen, thankfully. So now I'm at +6 and +2 speed. It's goodbye. +6, 200 base power, psychic type attack. Just, oh my god, this is disgusting. I definitely did not need that last Calm Mind there. That was definitely a misclick, or just me being a greedy ass mother trucker. But I'm gonna go for Stored Power with Caseytron and just obliterate this Nihilego. Put me in BL. No, put regular Gardevoir in BL. Screw Mega Gardevoir, and Mega Gardevoir is not as good at this as this, trust me. But now my opponent's gonna bring an Emperor ZNB, and unfortunately NBZ is going to get obliterated by Stored Power, and that is going to be the end of the game. Even though my opponent had Scizor, Nihilego, and Jirachi, we were able to pull through with my Gardevoir in the end, and that was just a phenomenal battle. So I hope you guys did enjoy that Wi-Fi battle. It was an amazing Wi-Fi battle. I had a lot of fun, and I got to showcase the Gardevoir strategy again. It is definitely upload material. If you guys did enjoy this Wi-Fi battle, like I said in the beginning, definitely leave a like on the video, and it is much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for your support. I just love you guys oh so very much, and I will be your daddy for all of you guys asking me. Anyways, the question of the day is going to be which Pokemon that recently got dropped down to underused needs to be banned to borderline. Jirachi you know, is in my mind. I mean, Nihilego maybe Nihilego, but Jirachi first. Like, I don't care if Nihilego is just stronger and more threatening. I don't care. Flinching is just a retarded mechanic and it should not be in the underused tier. I guarantee you that Jirachi could have probably para-flinched or just flinched down my Magneton to death if it wanted to. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below which Pokemon that recently got dropped down to underused should be banned to borderline immediately. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I'll check you guys in my next video. Bye!